I'm Allendale's chief meteorologist Ryan Martin with a look at your midday weather update. Latest check of action across the country shows that this frontal boundary complex just is really uninspiring. I'm looking at a surface analysis right now that runs this front all the way from central Ontario back through the upper Midwest into southwestern Nebraska, then curls it back through Wyoming and northern Colorado. The most interesting and uninspiring piece of this puzzle here at midday today is the fact that that good strong low that looked so promising as it came out of Southern California into Arizona near Las Vegas yesterday, it's gone nowhere. It's basically stopped, putting down some decent moisture in Arizona, even up into southern parts of Utah, but it does not look like it's going to be able to hook up with this approaching frontal boundary from the north. There is a weak low in southeastern Colorado. That one probably hooks up with this front, but that's the thing. I'm not seeing anything right here, right now, that says that this has a lot of moisture to work with, especially back in the plains. So we'll just have to see how this thing goes. Models continue to say that, in the upper Midwest and Great Lakes area, we'll be able to tap into some residual moisture. I can buy that because, honestly, the atmosphere is fairly well primed in these areas. We've had a lot of clouds and fog at different points over the entire Corn Belt over the past couple of days. So I think there is some moisture to work with there. Just watch this low as it comes out of Colorado, hooks up with the front, shooting northeast. It might be what triggers scattered showers as we go on toward the end of the week. Still looking at timetable over the Corn Belt as a Thursday, Friday kind of event. By Saturday, it's done. And I'm also scaling back our precipitation here just a little bit. Like I said, just not impressed by this feature. I'm looking for probably 1/4 to 3/4 inch rainfall totals, most of it in the 1/4 to 1/2 inch range, the lower bottom part of that range. And I also am scaling coverage back to 60%. So you can tell I'm just not enamored here. I'm basically daring Mother Nature, daring the front, saying, all right, go ahead, prove me wrong. Bring it in a little bit better. We'll see. We also have another system for the 17th and 18th into the Corn Belt. Similar rainfall totals. Models really were key, really excited about this front about 24 to 48 hours ago. Not as much now. Kind of figured that would happen. Coverage is a little better, 75%, but we'll see. No cool air coming, as a matter of fact, as we go through the next week to 10 days. I actually think we're transitioning temperatures to normal to above normal levels. It all hinges on south wind flow coming in across the region. So generally speaking, not as much rain in our thought process right now. International weather is showing basically no changes. Let's start with things that affect the wheat first. Over in Australia, few scattered showers. And when I say few, I mean, don't get me wrong, we're talking just a very scant few. Trying to move across New South Wales and Victoria late Monday into Tuesday of next week. Amounts very, very minor. Coverage even more minor. But I bring it up because, honestly, it's pretty much the only chance of rain across the entire Australian wheat belt for the next 10 days to 2 weeks. So there's nothing there that makes me say the dryness story that we've talked about so far is gone. Same basic deal in the former Soviet Union, Russian areas. Now, again, Russia's southern region still will probably see on-again, off-again rains through tomorrow night. The highest rain totals, up to an inch. 1/2 inch probably a better deal, but I need to stress this is over the southern part of the southern region, so a very small part of the entire grain area, especially the wheat areas. Moisture does not move north. Heavy rains are in Eastern Europe this weekend, but they don't look to move into Ukraine. The one thing I think we really want to keep an eye on, and we mentioned this in the online write-up this morning, keep a very close eye on Hurricane Joaquin. Some models are putting that to Spain by this weekend, so Saturday, Sunday, and if it does come from the direction that we're looking at towards Spain, it probably crosses, still has some decent strength in its remains as it moves through the Mediterranean. There is an outside chance, I mean a way outside chance, but it could maybe throw some moisture into that 10-day to 2-week period up into the Black Sea and the Baltics. We'll see, but it might be just what we need to change the atmosphere a bit, if it all holds together. Now, in Brazil, we do have a few changes here. We hit on these this morning in the online write-up, looking at some rain moving into Mato Grosso, the key soybean state in Brazil. Doesn't look like it's any better than about 50% geographical coverage, but it will be rain, up to maybe an inch or so, over the southern third and western third to half of Mato Grosso. Time frame for this, Friday, Saturday, is what we're looking at. Then mostly we're looking at rains over the rest of southern Brazil, And we're also going to be looking at dryness continuing in Goiás and Minas Gerais through the rest of the 10-day to 2-week period. And that's kind of the way things are stacking up at midday. If you've got any questions on the weather, give us a call at Allendale. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin.